Hello, this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners doing a video overview of the ETFs. Why do we look at the ETFs? It's not because we like to look at a bunch of different charts, all right? We do it to be more prepared. Here's a fact. Leading groups produce leading stocks, and leading stocks produce leading groups. By looking at the ETFs, we can see which industry groups are strongest that can help guide us to stocks in that group. Also, we could just buy the ETF. So let's go in here and take a look. In the upper left-hand corner, it gives the name of the ETF, by the way, just to let you know. There you can see it. Robotics is picking up a little bit, kind of forming a cup and a handle right here. And I'll draw this for you just to help you. At Mission Winners, this is what we do. It's nothing fancy, but it works. Pretty clean and simple tops right here. Excuse me. Got a base cup and a handle. Needs to push through that line with really good volume. Now what you could do is say, I could buy this one if it breaks out, or you could go on and find out what are the top holdings in BOTZ. There we go. Let's continue onwards here. Next one's cloud computing. It's been acting fairly strong. What has it been telling you for a while? Hey, maybe look into some cloud computing stocks to buy. Strength begets strength. That's it. That's simple. The Dow DDM, this is the leveraged ETF, has been steadily rising. Again, what does that tell you? Look into buying some Dow stocks. And it's been telling you that for a while. There we go. It's not rocket science, just looking for strength. Continue onwards. Dow Jones Industrials. This is picking one up also. This is the non-leveraged ETF. This is the leveraged ETF. DDM, DIA, just to let you know. It's grinding up. That's good to see. IBD 50 still hasn't shown a tremendous amount of power yet. But you can see right here that there's forming a cup with a handle. If it takes out these tops through here, that could possibly be a buy. Continue onwards. This one focuses on MAXLIST stocks, FV, and it's been acting fairly well. And it's been telling you, hey, maybe look into some MAXLIST stocks. What does this tell you? Man, gold miners are getting weak. Be careful there, all right? If you own it, you might want to be cautious with it, get lighter. If you don't own it, I wouldn't buy it until it shows power. See, that's why we do it. Here's gold. It's dropping also. There's not much power there. It tells you to be careful, okay? We bought this and it's been selling into strength. And so we're very small right now. Takes out these lows, we'll sell the rest. Sells into strength, really helped us. Continue onwards. Biotechnologies picking up, but it's still below the falling 200-day, all right? Needs to push through the 200-day. That's the purple line. 50 days the green line. The air is better above the rising 50-day and above a rising 200-day. Oil, another energy ETF. What does this tell you? Stay away from it. Stay away from energy. Software technology, there's the name up there. What's it been telling you for a while? Hey, you might want to look into some software stocks. And we have. We did, and we have, and we bought. There we go. And we were buying back in here because it was telling us. Continue onwards. Medicine still below the 200-day. Not a lot of power there. I'd be careful with that. Mid-cap's picking up a little bit. Tells us the rally's spreading out a little bit. That's good to see. Aerospace and defense. There was a nice long base right here that it lifted off. Right through here. And then it had volume confirmation on the next bar. Check this out. You can see I don't really see anything. Look, there it is. There it is. You could say, I'll buy this. Or I'll do a Google search on ITA and see what their top holdings are. Here's another helpful hint for everybody. Don't scrunch up the chart so tight that you can't see the nuances in the price at bars. So I do it about there. Find what fits you. Here's another helpful input for everybody. Protect your eyes. You go, what? We're talking about ETFs. What are you doing here? No, it's very important. Please protect your eyes, all right? This is what I found. A dark resolution, okay, gives much better contrast with these colors. I'm not telling you to use it, but I've done a lot of research on this. So just for what it's worth. And just so you know, years ago, I had a head concussion, a severe head concussion. I went blind for 2 hours. Wasn't a lot of fun, okay? So there we go. Let's continue onwards. Biotechnology, home construction. ITB. Look at the base. Look at the cup and a handle. Look at the volume picking up through there. People voted on that bar. And yes, here's another example. Looking at the ETFs was leading us into buying home building stocks. Continue onwards. We've got a bad data point here, and I apologize. We're just going to delete that bar for right now. Speed this up. There we go. IBW, S&P 500 growth, picking up, looks decent. Okay, growth stocks. Small caps, IWM, picking up a little bit. It was really lagging, but now it's starting to pick up. What does that tell us? The rally's spreading out into other areas, small cap stocks. We like that. Real estate picking up a little bit. That's good to see. Transports have been steadily going up too. Not a bad place. Airlines had been lagging. They started to pick up, and it needs to get over the 200-day. And it has a ton of overhead supply, folks. Look at that. Take that into consideration. Okay, let's continue onwards. Here we go. Onwards and upwards. Regional banking is picked up through this cup and handle right there. I'll draw this for you just to show you how to train your eyes and help you train your eyes and minds on what to look for. There you go. Just a simple cup and a handle. Look at the volume on that bar. I said this at the IBD meetups for years. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. They voted there, folks. Look at the volumes pick up on that bar. I'm not saying buy it here, but watch this. You say, oh, it's a decent base there. It's kind of a cup and a handle. I guess if it takes out that line with volume, that'd be pretty good. Oh, gee whiz, they did it. There you go. That's a real-time lesson for you. Let's continue onwards here. Here we go. Mid-cap picking up a little. MDY picking up, telling us the rally's spreading out a little bit. Oil services, what does this tell you? In 1 second, it says, I ain't looking at any oil service stocks, Pat. And you know what I say? I'm with you. There you go. Pharmaceuticals, still lagging. There's just not a lot of power there. Be careful with pharmaceuticals. QLD, NASDAQ 100, starting to pick up again. We bought this down here, in here, and more here, and we rallied that and sold this thing up in here. It's starting to base again. May find an entry on it. NASDAQ 100, same thing's true with QQQ. Retailing's improving a little bit. You can see this base here came right down to that line, lifted up. What does that tell you? Maybe looking at some retailing stocks. Silver, what does that say? Stay away from silver. That's simple. What was the other precious metal that we talked about that doesn't look so good? Gold. Gold and silver and gold. Okay, I won't sing anymore. And some of you were going, I don't even know if I could call that singing, Pat. So anyway, this tells us stay away from silver. Take the price action, but then combine it with volume action. Heavy selling bar, heavy selling bar, heavy sell. It's stay away from silver. There you go. It's tarnished. All right, good. My kids would just shake their head and go, here he goes. Here we go. Steel. Steel's acting a little bit better. It's pulling back here a bit. Maybe it's going to form a handle. By the way, this is the daily. Let's look at the weekly. Oh, look at that. That's the monthly. Here's the weekly. Say, oh, look at that base here. Maybe, just maybe, don't disconnect. Whoopsie daisy. Excuse me, my fault. Maybe, just maybe, this could form a cup and a handle. And it's got some decent price-volume relationships, something to take into consideration. Steel. All right. I'm not saying buy it now. I'm just saying semiconductors are picking up. Yeah, we're involved with semiconductors. That's good to see. Look at the base. Look at the base that it came through. Then it pulls right back up. Maybe it'll start to lift off. Looking at some, as I stated, some semis. And yes, we own some semis. Here we go, including advanced micro devices. Spiders weekly. Let's go back to the daily. Here we go. By the way, there's SMH going back to the daily. See this? Runs up, pulls back, starting to pick up again. There you go. Here's spiders. This is a daily chart, just to let you know. And it's basing, but note what it did here on Friday. Look at it pick up through that line, that channel there on a pickup in volume. Maybe the rally's spreading out to the S&P 500 even more. Same thing's true with SSO. That's good to see. What does this tell you? Do a compare and contrast. So, gosh, that's near the highs. That doesn't look too bad. Oh, this is near the lows. Stay away from solar. That's it. That's it. Please don't overthink it. Continue onwards. Small caps picking up a little bit. You can see this top across here. All right. Now, what does this tell you? Well, maybe looking at some small cap stocks. All right. Uranium's picked up, forming maybe a high handle here. Okay. Possibly looking at some uranium. It's kind of a narrow sector, just to let you know. Another energy stock, oil, U.S. oil. That's not a slick deal. Don't get mad at me. I'm sorry. It just happens. These dad humor jokes. Nothing there. Leave it alone. Okay. Consumer discretionary picking up a little bit. You could punch up VCR. I think it's kind of cute that's, consumer discretionary VCRs. Punch this up and see what you can find. Maybe there's something here. It doesn't look too bad. Best thing you could do would form a little handle here. And note this. Here's a great lesson for everybody. Right in here, this is what we do at Mission Winners. We look at price and volume. All right? It's going up. Volume is the power that moves the ship. And there ain't much power in there. There's not a lot of volume. Be cautious with that. Just want to share that with you. Be nice if it could form a handle and then take off. So look for volume. That's the moral. All right. Aerospace and defense steadily picking up. Doesn't look too bad. Looking at some aerospace and defense stocks. Biotechnology is improving a little bit. Biotechnology can be a tough area. Just to always be aware of that. But it doesn't look too bad. Home builders picking up. Look at this base. Is that beautiful? And yeah, we own, gosh, at least 4, maybe 5 home building stocks. There we go. And it was telling us to. It was telling us, hey, you might want to take a look at me. Watch this. Well, it's just kind of basing here. I guess if it takes out that line with volume, you know, and we were already ready for it. Oh, boom. Look at that volume. On this bar, it did 1.9 million shares. On this bar, 3.3 million shares. There you go. They voted. That's what we look for. And it's continued upwards. Now I need to pause here and share something. Don't buy this here. It's extended. Please, please don't chase price. Chasing price is an emotional decision, and high emotions and good decision making are mutually exclusive. All right? So just wanted to share that with you. Here we go. Materials is picking up a little bit, forming maybe a cup. And I'll draw. This is a good lesson too. Please don't think the cup and a handle has to be perfectly flat. It doesn't. I don't like really steep downward sloping lines. This is definitely acceptable. Cup with a handle. Now, what's the negative here? And again, I like to educate on here. Look, it goes up, but look at that selling volume. That tells you to be cautious. To be cautious with that group. Continue onwards. Communication services picking up a little bit, but still kind of loose. All right. Another energy ETF. I think we've seen at least 3 now. 3 different oil or energy ETFs. We built the case. Stay away from them. Just move on. Don't overthink. Well, maybe it's going to bottom. I don't want to play the maybe game. I want to buy strength. There we go. Continue on. Financials acting decent. That's good. You like financials acting good in the market. Okay. That's nice to see. Industrials are improving too. It's nice to see the rally spread. Technology's acting good. That's good. Yeah, we own some technology stocks. Consumer staples still lagging. Do a compare and contrast. Look at this. This is the 200-day and this is the 50-day. They're both going up and this thing's up near highs. Here's XLP. It's below the falling 200-day. It's above the rising 50, but there's no power here. Stay away from consumer staple stocks. Done. Here we go. Healthcare is improving a little bit. We like to see that. Look into that. Consumer discretionary is improving a little bit. Look into that and see if there's something. Metals and mining ran up and pulled back. It's a little loose, so be careful with that sector. Another energy ETFs. Leave it alone. Retailing. Oh, doesn't look too bad. Didn't look too bad. Look into some retailing stock. Software. Look at this strength. And yes, we're involved, as you know, in software and technology. And the MAXLIST. There's Apple. See this downward sloping trend line right here? It's easy to see, folks. It's nothing fancy. And it took out these tops here. You could call this a low-lying cup with a handle. And it does it right here. Look at the volume pickup. There we go. So it's working. This could be, and you know what I like? The volume pickup on Friday. You see this? This could be, oh, I have to take it a step further. I'm going to show you this. This will help you. This is the weekly. You can see these tops across here, folks, and I'll draw it for you. It's nothing fancy. That's the key. There you go. Perhaps this is going to push through this top here too, okay? That could be, go back to the daily, across this top line. It's going to take a little power to get there, okay? But that could be a new buy if that happens, or an add-on. But here's what we'd like to see. Run up, form a handle here, and then take off. But we're in good shape with it. Maybe a potential add-on right above here. And a volume pickup. So we'll see what happens. Maybe buy some more. Amazon. I like this base on Amazon, folks. I like this a lot up here. Okay? MAXLIST stock. All we're looking at here is MAXLIST stock. Like these tops. This could be a good one. By the way, we own this down here. This was a buy down here. And we've sold some into strength. This could be a new buy or an add-on. Alibaba, there's nothing there. Do a compare and contrast. Do you want to see a great lesson? I used to teach this at the IBD meetups. So, well, this one's kind of near the highs. Maybe we should look at it. Look at this. There's nothing there. Oh, maybe it's turning. I don't want to play the maybe game. I want to stack the deck in my faith. Stack the deck in my favor. That's easy for me to say. Weakness begets weakness. Strength begets strength. That's why we're in Amazon and we're not in Alibaba and haven't been for a long time. And the same thing's true with BIDU. Nothing there. Google. This is forming. It's a loose cup with a handle. But this is what catches my eyes, and I hope it does yours too. And this is what we teach. Price and volume. How's the volume on that bar, folks? They voted big time. And remember, it's a MAXLIST stock. We love those stocks. Big money can plow into this. Big money can be made. Cup with a handle, taking out these highs, potential opportunity. By the way, you notice I already have the alert set? Also notice, I don't have the alert set at the high. Set it early. This is a great tactic I've used for years. Don't set your price alerts at the pivot. Set it a little early so that as it hits this price alert, you can watch it and say, oh gosh, there's some volume coming into this. I better get ready to buy some. You're prepared. You're not acting frantic. That's a great plan, and I share it with you. Continue onward. Goldman Sachs is picking up here a little bit across these top. This doesn't look too bad, and I like the volume pickup. GS, indicating a rally spreading out. I like that. MAXLIST stock, okay? MasterCard. I see a cup with a handle there, all right? By the way, I'm not being like the overly bullish, go crazy. But you can see, you can't deny it. It's acting decent. Push through that line with volume, could be a potential buy. Be aware of this one, though. This stock at times can trade with a wide spread between the bid and the ask. Be aware of that. In fact, I will say this. I encourage you, be really careful buying stocks that trade with a wide spread between the bid and the ask. I don't buy them, okay? The reason why? You can buy something breaking out and it's trading with a 3-point spread and you buy it and then it drops a point, you're down 4 or 5 points right away. I don't care to have that happen. So just something to be aware of. Meta's starting to pick up. I like this. One thing that is a slight concern, I wish they had more volume power. All right. But it is starting to pick up. You can see the theme there. Microsoft. It buys down here, starting to pick up, perhaps lifting off the 21-day, something to take into consideration. Things we look for. And yes, MAXLIST stocks. See that little shelf right there? And trends pay. That is a good move to almost 60 points right there, folks. There we go. Now, and we sold some into strength. It's resting right here, okay, on the 21-day. What does it need to do? Get a bounce off the 21-day, taking out the highs of these bars right in here across this top, all right? Something to take into consideration. But remember, it's going to need a good market, and it's going to need a lift on good volume. There you go. NVIDIA, it's still kind of loose here, folks. There's, it's picking up a little bit, but it's nothing like it was. As far as the pattern's a little loose here, I would just wait on it and see what happens. Okay, there we go. And then Tesla, look at that. I already have the lines marked on it. Okay, already have the price alert set. You see the little green hash mark? That's my price alert. I'm already ready for it. Okay, on Tesla, and we'll be ready. That doesn't look bad at all. What will it need? It will need a good market. It will need to lift off on good volume across those tops. There we go. And I also need to pause here and share something. I'm not pounding the table to say buy all these stocks. Always have a plan to buy, and please always have a plan to sell. One of the things we're big on, this is why I love clean and simple flat bases. Price is good above the line and bad below. It helps you keep losses much smaller. Focus on the daily charts too. And when you're buying, you can narrow it down to the hourly or 30-minute. If it's really early in the morning, you can narrow it down to 10-minute and look for the volume surge. This is for everybody. If there's a volume surge, good volume, could be a buy in a good market. If there's no volume pushing through the pivot, I pretty much don't buy them. It's like, oh, maybe it's going to go. I want to go where they're voting. And voting is measured by good price action backed by volume. It tells me Other people see what we see and they're buying. And that'll really help you. Okay, that's my goal at Mission Winners, is to help. So there we go. And Visa had a base right across here, and it's slowly grinding up. There's really nothing to do with it. Look at the trend up the ADMA. Just kind of trending, so that's where that's at. Price and volume will tell you what to do. Approach it with a clear and open mind. It will help you, and never argue with price.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.